We're out here doing what we do, taking down trees. And I got a letter this last week from none other than the home box office saying that we are infringing on their trademark with the game of trees. And you know, we had our logo made up a year or so ago, and we grabbed somebody on Fiverr from Argentina that, I mean, we tried to find a few people to make us a logo, and this guy came up with a pretty good one. And you know, he used a public domain font, and it does resemble the Game of Thrones font. And I checked with our attorney and stuff, and we're seeking a trademark on the Game of Trees. And so that came to their attention, and they gave us a cease and desist letter. Like, not just, oh, you've got some similarities, but like, you can't use this at all. And it's, I mean, we have a simple crest logo, Game of Trees, and the font is similar with the old style writing. And so, but our industries are like so far apart. When we were originally making our application, we're like, we're not even in the same universe as far as industry. I mean, I make videos, but we're not on par with HBO and Game of Thrones, and we aren't medieval. We don't have dragons. And fire is bad for trees, mostly. Some species, their cones need fire to open. Not this one. This is Pinus resinosa, but jack pine requires a fire to open the cones. I think redwood requires a little bit of fire. Oh man, you little devil. See that? My lanyard hooked that. Anyways, so they basically gave this exhaustive statement, clause, to cease and desist all use of Game of Trees, because Game of is the same as theirs. So somehow they got the corner market on Game of. And Trees starts with a T and ends with an S, just like Thrones, because that would really cause confusion in anybody's minds. But phonetically, Thrones is a TH. It's not a T, it's a TH. They work together to make a single sound. And Trees, it's just a T. So they're trying to make it so that I can't even use Game of Trees. I mean, that is like crazy. No way, we're not. And secondly, I mean, no other aspect other than the font even comes close to resembling Game of Thrones. I mean, not in theme. We haven't copied any medieval theme or anything. It's simply Game of Trees, we're having fun. That's our tagline. Game of Trees, we're having fun. We're not Game of Trees killing people, setting people on fire, burning whole villages with dragons. We're not that. And I would argue that you know, nobody has left HBO because Game of Trees has entered the arena of video production. I'm pretty sure we haven't suffered any loss upon home box office because of our activity. And I'm pretty sure no one has left them for us. And I'm pretty sure when somebody watches us that they don't think of home box office or Game of Thrones. And technically, I mean, I never have watched a single episode. Maybe that's insulting to them since they used an entire paragraph to point out their famous nature and their world-renowned fame, which is not in dispute at all. But Game of Trees has nothing to do with Game of Thrones, and nobody's even thinking such. I mean, someone might recognize the font, but I mean, can we claim capture on a font, a public domain font? I don't know. Seems like a stretch. But anyways, I'm agreeable to, you know, change our font because Game of Trees isn't dependent upon that font. Except trees are old, so the antiquity nature of the font is kind of cool. But not necessary. I thought we could make a twig font, you know, out of like little branches, and you know, the middle of the O, we could have a little leaf sticking up there if you wanted to make it distinctive. You do all kinds of things with a twig font. So we got our guy from Fiverr back on the task to get the gorilla off our back. So I'm proactively, I've got my council reaching out to their council. I got my people talking to their people. And, you know, kind of feel them out, see where they're at. You know, obviously, you know, their pockets are deeper than our pockets. I'm not interested in a big old fight. But, you know, I've got a fair amount of investment into the Game of Trees branding for what we do. And, you know, I'm willing to put some effort into it for sure. It's kind of, you know, it's cool. We have fun with it. Game of Trees, having fun. And we'll see where it goes. But yeah, respond in the comment section here. What do you guys think? Is it like ridiculous what they're doing? I think I'm just gonna brake cut this. Oh, it wants to sit back. Where's my, come on. Don't fall back on me now. Wants to. Roll out of there. Don't you hook on my lanyard. All right. Oh, I got to get some keepers for these Velcro. I really like the Velcro. I had the Amish make up for me. But I got to put some keepers because I bump them loose and it just zips on Velcros. So, comment in the comment section. Maybe we'll use some of your comments in our defense. Tell us, do you guys think of the Game of Thrones when you think of the Game of Trees? You know, is the bluegrass music like too close to their epic theme music? I don't know. You tell us. Have we crossed the line? And tell us what you think of twig font. If we change our font, is it going to wreck the Game of Trees? You know, or could we get by with a different font? If we take the font away, we almost eliminate their entire argument. Because they simply don't, you know, they're so far removed from what we do that it shouldn't really even matter. Oh, we use something that looked like them. I mean, I'm not greatly profiting off of anything, so I'm certainly not taking any of their profit. And interesting thing is, if you go to Game of Thrones on Instagram or even YouTube, their current branding is just a circle with GOT on it. So, you know, we happen to have the same initials, but their branding is just the initials. So we haven't copied that. Yeah, when I'm taking chunks off this like this, I like to just do a brake cut like this. It's all kind of stable. And then I can put it right where I want it. I don't have to worry about tear cuts or anything. You haven't been going up all these, or? Yeah, I'm just gonna run up. The last ones, we'll probably just have to climb one. Man, my rope is taking my Velcro off. Whoa! I hooked the strap. Fall down, go boom. You can still see marking my foot. Hey, take those straps off, those purple ones. They're just old ones that I pulled out of a tree. Look at my Big Dan, or my Don or Dan or Rock Exotica Big Dan carabiner. Might be able to graphite this bad boy up. Still use it. John, what's his name? Over on Tipperary. Is that? All right, this one I should be able to take a little bigger. All right, let's get these tight. So give us a comment in the comment section. Does HBO have a case against the Game of Trees? How hard should we go for this? Should we go for we get to keep everything we have just as is because it's just so unrelated? Is that our argument? Or do we make a new font and say, hey, well, maybe, you know, kind of a serendipitous thing, we wouldn't have redesigned our font if we weren't, you know, approached.
Here's my
What's your theory, Brandon?
When you think of like a board game, like game of Monopoly, game of, are they saying the words cancel? Are they saying the words are?
Yeah, game of, and then trees starts with a T and ends with an S. And so does throne. So it might cause confusion among their audience. So personally, I think there's no confusion, and they're trying to, you know, lay claim to a public domain font that now is theirs. I mean, rightly so, they made it famous, but I'm not mimicking anything they're doing. I'm not making a TV series about dragons and medieval warfare. It's just not even the same. We're the Game of Trees having fun. We got bluegrass for our theme song, you know?
There's a difference. Fiction and nonfiction.
What's that?
Fiction and nonfiction.
Fiction and nonfiction. Man, this is real life. We could say we are real life. This is reality TV. This isn't, you know, nonfiction storytelling. We're real. So, yeah, put your 2 cents in the comments. Big media attacks little guy. They don't have enough, so they gotta take it anything the little guy has and kill the serfs. You know, so, you know, technically all of our intro and outro music has the logo attached to it. So, you know, you can't alter a video on YouTube without losing the video and all the views. So, you know, I definitely want to get permission to keep what we've done. You know, even if we change the font, to keep the historical font as, you know, just something that's on there so we don't have to lose all our videos. So, let us know what you think. Oh. All right. Red pine, Pinus resinosa, is a hard pine. We might keep a log or two out of here. But we took down 23 red pines at a place. And a lot of them were, you know, 18 inches and bigger. So there's some good stuff. I don't know why I'm using my handsaw for this whole thing. Shows you how custom I am to my handsaw. You know, now someone out west might argue, yeah, do that with a 150 footer. See how you feel about your handsaw after that. And I would say that's a fair argument. My silky's pretty sharp. Probably. My power saw, I don't have a flip line lanyard on here. So I don't even have the flip line argument. The argument is a steel core flip line is really highly unlikely to be cut whimsically with a chainsaw. I mean, if you came into it, hammered it, you might be able to cut it. The idea that this little battery saw is gonna cut a steel core flip line, highly unlikely. Because it's only going to be a love tap if you hit it at all. All right, what do we got? Just do these by hand so I can. All right, should tip over. I don't think I got anything. All right, on my Suburban, I'm cutting this free, guys, stand back. My Suburban was always very predictable. I mean, it would go below E. And then all of a sudden, it started like dropping fast at the end, and I don't know why. And then you gotta be careful filling it up. Like if you're distracted with your phone, like I never am, and it fills all the way up, there's like a hole in the tube. And like a gallon of gas will run on the, I mean, it's just really embarrassing when a gallon of gas is running around behind your vehicle. That is just not professional. It's one of the reasons I haven't signed the Suburban. But I'm gonna aim for being able to use the logo we have, with the understanding that we're changing the font so that all of our old videos and everything don't have to be taken down. But the question too is, are they willing to take us to court? Like, I'm not going to sue them for my rights. I'm not doing that. It's like, if you think you're gonna take somebody to court, you better check your pocketbook. But like, if they see me and it's solely upon their opinion, I mean, this is gonna follow a natural process of registration law. It goes to open comment, so they'll have their chance to comment openly, and then the third party arbitrator that's just part of the process is going to, you know, make a determination. So they've kind of given me a letter ahead of that formal process. So it's kind of like, that's why we're going to reach out to him and say, all right, you want to just take this through the normal process because it's already going. You can simply make your public comment and let whoever decides decide. But if we can get a font changed, I mean, if our font is out of twigs and we're trees, what can they say, really? So anyhow, all right, sleeves, because I'm such an aggressive climber. Less so now with my age. But I used to jump and swing all over the place. There's a couple guys doing some pretty cool Instagram videos. They're pulling at my heartstrings to do some of that, because I used to go out and practice, and because I competed. You know, I won the Wisconsin competition twice, and I placed as high as 11th international. So I could climb in my youth, but I haven't competed. I'm thinking of competing next year, maybe, just for fun, be the old guy. See what I can do. I'll have to get good at, I don't think they do footlock anymore. It's like knee centers, rope walking systems. So I'll be practicing those down in Guatemala in a week or so. Well, it'll be after. This video will probably be published afterwards, maybe. I guess the chippers kind of look like a dragon. What do you think? The chipper would be our dragon. Or maybe the dyno lift, because technically that kind of flies. Should have brought a speed line. Could have speed lined this. It's in my Suburban. Eli made me drive today. Had to drive the white truck up there, so everything I normally have in my Suburban, just in case I need it. I want my sling back. I think I only have one today. Spun around and missed the roof, but it could have tagged the roof. Little devil. Yeah, talking to the client here, I'm just talking about, well, just go up and, you know, piece it down. He's like, wow, you sure are talking casually about it. I'm like, well, yeah, it's just kind of like walking up a hill to us. You know, been there, done that. I don't know about 1,000 times, but quite a few. You know, people comment on YouTube about those electric chainsaws. They're like, get a gas. It's like, it's almost like logging out of your email. You know, you'll decide not to check your email because you have to log in. You know, I choose to use my handsaw because I got to start the saw. You know, that electric saw, you just pick it up and pull the trigger. You know, how nice. It's like, I got a really sharp silky here. It's like, do I start up that chainsaw, or I just make the cut? to tie my other end up at the top here, and then we can pull that right behind the first one we pull over. That way, if I clear out, leave the top on, it's actually almost better. We'll clear that corner of that deck. We'll just have trunk between here and there. I might do that because we'll sweep right by this oak and that walnut. We'll land out there harmlessly. This is all sandy soil, obviously. It's really high-grade sand in the river valley here. We've got a glass factory in Portage that is here because there's a sand mine that's also in Portage, and it's all this river sand. I'm hot, I'm thirsty. HBO is threatening to sue me. I got a lot on my mind right now. I'm going to Guatemala in a week. They sent pictures of the colorful Bothrop snake that they saw. Yeah, highly venomous pit viper. I better get used to this heat. I'm gonna be in a tropical rainforest. I kind of wish we were going to Las Sierras de las Minas, up in the mountains. That'd be really cool. But this will be cool. To get, you know, the students that are going to do a thesis in this program. You know, it's biology in the canopy. And though, you know, there's biology in the cloud forest, obviously. But in the lowland rainforest, there's a lot of biology. There's a lot more species. Because it's warm all year round. In the mountains, you know, it can get cool. You know, it was 50 degrees and what they call horizontal rain. Lluvia horizontal. And it's basically a cloud moving through the forest horizontally. And it rains, you know, it rains from the trees, then the trees drip. So the rain drops are from the tree. The moisture is from the cloud. It's kind of cool. Stand clear. Coming at ya. Wants to come back at me. Double. Ready for some water. Here, let me get my line. Before you knock that over, let me pull a line out there. Just walk it all the way out. Yeah, it's not gonna come off of there. That ain't going anywhere. Just gonna land on my rope is all. Actually, not too much. That's a wrap. Beautiful view. Look at that. Nice, clean well water. Tastes like iron. Get my daily supply of iron today. Well, I think I'm gonna call that a wrap for video. We're out here on the Wisconsin River, having a good time. Thinking about getting sued by home box office. And contemplating how hard I fight for the Game of Trees logo. So add your comments to the discussion and we'll take it a day at a time. Walk a mile, see a mile. It's Game of Trees. We are having fun. You can't take that away from us.
Playing the game of trees.